everybody, how's it going? Now, my last few releases of SMG viewers comments on Fridays have absolutely tanked, so I might be putting this out on Thursday, I might be putting it on a Saturday, depending on how the rest of my comments go, but suffice it to say it's gonna be the weekend, either early or a little bit late, whatever. This show's about you, not about me. I try and answer your comments and questions about recording, mixing, studio life, all that stuff, to the best of my ability. You got a question about recording, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below, and if it's cool, I'll put it on the show. So let's get right to it.
This was a great video, Glenn. Goron is an incredible builder and a straight up rad human. The effort you put into this video doesn't go unnoticed and is greatly appreciated. I hope to see your new Vicious guitar in future videos.
Oh, you mean this thing? Yeah, Goron did an absolutely amazing job. Now, if you somehow missed that video, please check out my video about how this guitar puts Gibson to shame. This is the Vicious V, handmade in Toronto, Ontario. Just an absolutely spectacular instrument. I've got a really cool piece on it, and I'm really happy with how that video turned out. I'm glad you liked it as well. If you haven't seen the video, make sure you watch it. You don't want to miss this one. It's a lot of fun.
This seems like it could have been on TV. Like the style, really is a step above your average YouTube guitar video.
Well, hey, thanks, Riff Engine. I really do appreciate that. Again, I took a bit of a risk with this one, but it's like I'm kind of at the point where I've done the infomercial thing enough. I wanted to try something maybe a little bit more story-based and give you guys something a little bit more deep to dig your teeth into, maybe a little bit more entertaining along the way. Now, I'll be completely honest here. I was more than a little terrified about releasing that one because it was such a departure from what I normally do. But if that's the style of video you guys want to see, and looking at the views it got for a guitar review in the first day, yeah, I'm gonna say I think this is the kind of video you guys want to see. If you want more of that, you want to see more of the story aspect of the gear, I think that's something I want to go down, because honestly, I have a lot more fun shooting that kind of stuff. I even got this new camera slider to do those cool, really nice, sexy guitar shots with. And yeah, I had a lot of fun working with that. And it's like, wow, it's like I get to make art again or something like that. So I'm really enjoying that style of video. Hopefully you guys are too, because I really want to continue to go down that road. Maybe make a little less videos per week, but put out higher quality ones, and ones that you guys are really going to want to see. If that's something you're enjoying, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of that episode. I'll have a link to it right here as well, just in case you did miss it. Check it out. It's really cool. We had an awful lot of fun making that one. And it was a good excuse to drive up to Toronto.
All the best albums ever made did not use this. A very useful phrase to repeat when looking at any new gear.
But remember this, most of the best albums were made on $100,000 mixing consoles, and reels of tape, cost $300 each, and there was no undo button as well. Keep that in mind next time you press the record button.
Am I the only one who wants Glenn to record some bedtime meditations type voiceover stuff? Never thought I'd find your voice so relaxing.
Yeah, I've been told when I'm not yelling at a camera, I do have a bit of a relaxing voice. And now it's time for the soft, smooth sounds of 98.7 FM. Just let the stress of the days relax. And metal, motherfuckers! Yeah, relax to that.
Hi, this may be a little off topic in a metal recording channel, but with all this new tech coming out and the digital music era taking over, the people is going back to the old vinyl EPs, LPs, records. People claim the vinyl sound better than the digital retails. The claim can be real. It's just the fact that a vinyl record, you must have a set more decent than car speakers or shitty sports headphones. Can this be measured as something I want to buy music, but I don't really like the idea of paying for something I can't hold in my hands. Maybe I'm just getting old. Greetings from Japan.
Hey, Jose, thanks so much for writing. So cool to hear some people living in Japan watching the show. Really cool. Really do appreciate that. As per your question, is there any sonic fidelity? I don't know. I remember when CDs came out when I, was about 13 or something like that, and everyone was blown away by the audio quality of them. Problem is we started over mastering them, and then discs became very hard to listen to because they were all loud all the time. Whereas a vinyl, you can't crank the piss out of it because you'll just cut through the acetate when you're making the master. So dynamically, I think you're getting a much better experience on vinyl. You might even be getting more bandwidth, because CDs get chopped off at like 44.1 kilohertz, whereas analog vinyl will give you the whole spectrum. That being said, you get scratches, you get clicks, you get pops, you get all kinds of nasty imperfections in vinyl as well. There's a real renaissance going on with vinyl, and when I went to the Netherlands there a few years back, I actually went to the Deep Grooves vinyl manufacturing plant there in Leeuwarden. And we got to check out their facility there. A bunch of young guys doing that, doing some really cool stuff, doing all kinds of colored vinyl. I thought it was sick, and not many of you guys watched that video. Link right here or something like that, or I'll have a link in the description below. It's definitely something you should check out if you're interested in the whole idea of, making a vinyl record. Personally, I think vinyl's cool because, there's a whole ritual attached to it. It's not just, scan through, 500 different songs on your phone. You actually have to, grab the disc and mount it and put it on and set the needle and all that kind of stuff, and that kind of focuses you in on the music, and listening to music becomes much more of an experience as opposed to just listening to something in the background. So keep that in mind as well. I still love my vinyl. I'm never going to get rid of it, that's for sure, because it's a different way of experiencing the music. Hopefully it catches on more. When we were shooting that video in Toronto, we actually stopped at a couple of vinyl stores just to check out what they had in. Pretty cool, I gotta say. I still really dig vinyl. All right, guys, hey, just a quick reminder, we've still got the Spectre Digital 4th of July sale going on over at the Spectre Digital site. We've got discounts on the Singularity bass, we've got discounts on the Cockblocker, we've got discounts on everything, including all our courses, especially Henning Pauly's Complete Guide to Songwriting. That's only going to be on sale for a couple more days because the sale is going to end Sunday night, and this one only comes up once a year, so if you want to get some awesome deals on either awesome courses or awesome software, check it out now, especially if your bass player is a rule number 2, Singularity is the right thing for you. I mean, it sounds like this. One more time, that sale's going to end Sunday night. Get these deals while you can. Now it's time for the butthurt of the week.
Two guys who can't play guitar doing a guitar review.
Oh, you mean that island video where Jake Lee and I were checking out the new Harley Benton guitars. Yeah, I do appreciate you chiming in there, Neverwind Official. Here's the thing. I was so impressed by your comment. I went and checked out your YouTube channel, right here where it says this channel doesn't have any content. Guy who doesn't make YouTube videos bitching about a YouTube video. See how that logic works?
There's so much money that you've saved me, and probably thousands of others. Thank you, Glenn, for looking out for anyone of all ages and backgrounds coming into the world of audio engineering, and it's generally a valuable asset to have someone like you, for us metal guys, that goes against what is the thought to be way of achieving tone, etc. Also, due to your skills of shredding, just keep on getting better and better.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I've been working hard. I mean, this job I work at every single day, either at the guitar playing or moving new elements into the stories and whatnot. And I'm kind of thinking, I kind of want to spice viewers' comments up a little bit too, but I don't quite know how to make that happen. So if you guys have some suggestions, I am always all ears, because this show, once again, is about you, not about me, and I want to make the thing that entertains you guys. And as for going against what's the thought way of achieving tone, all I can say is this. I've made the mistakes. I've gone down the traditional method and realized a lot of that shit just doesn't apply to metal tones, so we have to start thinking outside the box. And that's when I started to realize, hey, you know what? Speakers probably got a lot more to do with this than we're being led to believe, that's for sure.
Honestly, though, Glenn, you're getting a hell of a lot better on guitar, so no matter what anyone says in those comments of your videos, don't stop practicing and doing what you do. I enjoy the videos and I've enjoyed your channel on different speakers and how your channel. I just loaded a new Line 6 cab with two DV77 and two Omega VM 1265, and it's crazy good, man. Maybe you can try these two speakers together on the channel and show the two speakers besides the Vintage 30. Sounds like just a great alternative what the big sound can do. Thanks!
VM 1265, never heard of that one. I've actually got a DV77 sitting in my angle cab right now. I need to demo that. I'm going to be looking at a bunch of speakers that aren't vintage 30s just to help you guys kind of break out of the mold and go try and find your own thing. Good on you for trying to blend a couple different things. I guarantee you're going to sound a lot different than what's out there right now. Congratulations on learning how to get outside the box and finding your own direction. We need more guys like you.
Ha! Definitely no tone shift there at all between guitars. Goes to show, again, the complete bullshit they try to throw down our throats to sell more product to the uneducated consumer. Especially when these guitars are clearly meant to be gained to the fucking max. Obviously a killer guitar with Kirk's name thrown on, so you would think that would be enough to sell it without trying to bullshit us with the tone wood crap. Love your work, Glenn. Thanks for continuing to properly educate us dummies. Keep it up, man.
Of course, Rogues is referencing that part in my video on the LTD Kirk Hammett guitar where I shot it out against this wonderful LTD Arrow, and there were slight variations in the pickup. Did it make any kind of tone shift? No. Visually, sure, the pickups definitely look different, but one EMG compared to the next, as long as their humbuckers are going to make a tone shift about, maybe about that big, maybe a little less. Remember, guys, listen with your ears, not your eyes. It's a skill you can't acquire. You just got to think like an engineer and not like a guitar player.
Listening to you, I decided to get a pre-wired empty cab just to buy speakers. I don't have a lot of room, and it would be easier to store a collection of speakers here than have cabs stacked everywhere, not to mention cheaper.
Dude, that's a great idea. Honestly, I'm thinking about that because I'm out of room in my drum room. I've got so many 4x12s in here, and I'm like, I should probably get rid of a couple and keep the speakers stacked somewhere so I can swap them out and that kind of thing. Not a bad strategy. I'm working on developing a quick release system for a couple of my cabinets. We're going to see how that goes. I got inspired last summer. I wanted to go visit Celestion because they had these really cool front-facing clamps to just drop speakers in a cab so they could run tests on them. I'm like, I need that in my studio. Look for that coming up in a future episode. You're not going to want to miss that, especially if you're getting into the whole speaker swapping game.
Hi Glenn, greetings from Wales. Just wanted to say a big thanks to all your videos. Me and my Uncle Neil always look forward to watching your videos on a Friday after I finish work with a beer. It's always fun to learn new things about recording, although I have to say we mainly used to watch them for entertainment factor, as like yourself, he didn't care about offending people at the expense of facts, and that he had a very dry sense of humor. So much so that when he passed away, we only thought that the t-shirt we thought would be appropriate to have him cremated with was your "Nobody Cares That You're Offended" t-shirt. As a guitar player, I have the lead guitar player's toolkit t-shirt, and it was held up very well, so thank you very much for that and all you do. Do you think you'll do a review on the Headrush Prime at all? Thanks again for the great content. Fuck you, Glenn, from Sean.
Hey, Sean, just want to say, the reason I'm wearing this shirt today is in honor of your Uncle Neil. That's really humbling, actually. So the fact that he was cremated wearing that shirt, wow. I'm kind of blown away by that, actually. So thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sorry you lost your uncle, I'm glad I could put a smile on his face from time to time. Glad you guys enjoyed the show. As for your question on the Headrush, yes, actually, those guys were at GearFest, and we're working on something right now, putting something together where I'll be able to demo it at some point in the very near future, because I'm curious about it too. It's got a couple of cool features. Unfortunately, it does have auto-tune on it, so maybe we'll make a joke video about that. I'll sing some vocals through it and see what I can do for my voice. Maybe it'll make me awesome. Yeah, we'll see. That's for sure. Anyway, thanks again, man. Thanks for writing in, and thanks for being a fan for all this time. Glad your shirt's still holding up. I haven't sold that one in quite a while. I don't even know if that's still on the store anymore. I'll have to take a look. Anyway, thanks again, man. Take care.
Hey Glenn, I've noticed a new trend among local metal bands that is really stupid and want your thoughts on it. For some godforsaken reason, local bands have started purchasing those bright as fuck LED strips and pointing directly at the audience. I guess they're trying to mimic how those overdone music videos where the band plays in a black room with lights behind them, turning them into silhouettes. The problem is my eyes don't bring the brightness down as like a camera does, so it's downright painful to look at. I always needed to bring ear protection. Now I don't want to have to bring in sunglasses. Not to mention I came here to see the band, not their silhouette. It's hard to see what the guitarists are doing when their backlight so bright it's burning spots in my retinas. Am I the only one who was really annoyed by this?
Yeah, that does sound annoying as fuck. What do you guys say out there? What do you think? Should bands maybe tone down the brightness with those LEDs? I mean, they come by default really fucking bright. Case in point right here. I got this on-air sign. It came that's default right there. And it's just bright as fuck. I had to get a dimmer. I had to purchase that separately and get that to come on. So right about there. And that's at 3-4% power. I mean, it's almost all the way down. And that's to keep it from overexposing on the cameras. So yeah, I see exactly what you're complaining about. And that's got to suck having to stare at that for an hour, hour and a half, or however long a band's playing. So yeah. Hey guys out there, maybe turn your fucking LEDs down just a little bit. We'd like to see you, not your fucking light show. Just a thought.
Can you duplicate another speaker by doing a lot of post-EQ changes in the mix?
Theoretically, probably, but you need a very complicated EQ to do it, and you'd probably need several days to pull it off as well. You're far better off, say, recording your amp directly through, say, a Torpedo Captor X or something like that, and using different impulse responses. It would definitely save you a lot of grief. That's for sure. By the way, yeah, go check out Prism. It's over at spectredigital.com, and it's only $10 a month and has literally tens of thousands of impulse responses to check out. I definitely recommend that route rather than spending day upon day upon day, fucking with an EQ. Your mileage may vary, though. I guess it really depends on if you're a masochist or not.
So, how about getting rid of the speaker caps as well? Yes, they shape the sound, but damn near every combination is available as an IR by now.
Currently available on Prism.
Just by playing at home or a small venue, would an actual cab or an FR be the way to go? I've got a pre-2000 Mesa Recto 2x12 and it kills, but it's just one sound. I'm thinking going FR so I can adjust my preference on a certain day.
Laney's got a cabinet like that where it's a flat frequency response speaker and you can run different IRs through it. That's something I'm going to be checking out. I've been talking to the Laney guys. We're going to see about putting a video together about that where we can check it out and see it in practical terms of like playing gigs with them, see how it goes. Yeah, that's definitely a solution if you really are that unsure of your tone and can't figure out what you want to play with. That's fine. Just remember though, changing your guitar sound 30 different times on stage doesn't make you a great guitar player. It just makes you an asshole.
Glenn, if you're going to make a list of the best performance for value gear, I would appreciate you listing a gear that is currently available new rather than just the gear that was released in 2023. A lot of great gear has been released over the last 10 years and is still in production brand new that is spectacular value for the dollar. Don't leave out the tried and true and is available new.
Actually, that's a great suggestion. One piece of gear that keeps on coming up in mind for that would be like the Audion ASP 800, which is like their 8-channel board because those mic preamps are fucking great. That's been around for a while and it's still probably the best bang for the buck 8-channel mic preamp you can get. That's an absolute favorite. Yeah, I should totally make that video. Great suggestion, dude. I'm going to get on that. I'm going to do a buying guide for this summer because I got to get a bunch of content done before I take off for Europe in about a month, I think. So yeah, I'll get right on that. Thanks for the suggestion, man. Much appreciated. And again, guys, I am always down for episode suggestions. If you've got an idea for a video that I think could benefit a lot of people, not just you. In other words, what I'm saying is think about somebody other than yourself. I'll be more than happy to make that video. So, hey, leave a suggestion. I'll see if I can make it work.
Hey Glenn, I always love your videos. I've got a question that is a bit of a morbid origin. Due to health complications, I've been told by my doctors that they're shocked I made it past 18 years old. In a few years' time, I'll be celebrating my 30th birthday, and when that day comes, I want to treat myself to a nice guitar. I was curious, by Fender custom shop models, I'm curious if they're worth the money, or should I spend it on a vintage guitar? This purchase isn't necessarily based on I need the thing, just simply give myself a celebratory gift for surviving with health. And I want to get something special. Again, thank you for the great videos.
Dude, I really can't make a suggestion because I don't know your taste. I mean, ultimately, that decision's got to be up to you. What do you think's going to be worth it? What do you want to celebrate 30 years of life with? The only thing I'm going to suggest is this. As a guy who has more guitars and more audio gear than any one person could ever fucking want, and I've still got stuff coming in, it's like great gear is great, but only to a certain point, okay? They say that the happiest people in the world are the people who spend their money on experiences. So I'm going to say maybe instead of thinking about getting a guitar, which is going to be great to a certain point, maybe get out there and go see the world. Then again, you might already be a travel, but if you haven't seen different parts of the world, I'd recommend putting the money into that because a little experience with how the rest of the world works is just absolutely invaluable. Because this is the thing, I can think of the high points of my years so far have been going to the Philippines with my friends and going on Gear Island and hanging out with those guys for a couple weeks. Absolutely amazing. Going on the 70,000 tons of metal cruise, seeing all those amazing bands and hanging out with all those awesome people. That was one of the high points of the year. And, getting to see Megadeth at the Budokan in Tokyo and shaking Marty Friedman's hand. That was really fucking cool too. I would trade my guitars for those experiences any fucking day of the week. Because that's what's really cool. It's not just, the now, it's the memory that you have. Happiness isn't just like a short-term experience, it's something you build on. And I find the more I travel, the more I get to experience cool things and, meet you guys at like trade shows and whatnot and shake your hands and stuff like that. That just makes me into a happier person. So that's my experience. Anyway, your mileage may vary. The custom guitar thing might be exactly right for you. I can only speak from my experience, and that's what works for me. I just ask you to consider that before dropping the money. Anyway, guys, that's it for this show. Once again, we've got that holdover sale from 4th of July going on over at Spectre Digital. You will definitely want to check that out. Check out the Singularity bass because there's a very good chance your bass player is rule number 2, and it's going on dirt cheap. We've also got Extinction Level event drums going on for only $69. All that stuff is going to end Sunday night, so get in on it now while you can. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate seeing you guys week after week after week. And again, if you've got suggestions for episodes, I want to hear from you. Until next time, don't forget, Hasadiga E-Boy. And if you missed the Vicious Guitars video that came out on last Saturday, check it out right here. It's something you don't want to miss. We took a little different direction in the way how we make the show, and I want to hear from you guys if you like that style or not. Check it out. It's really fucking cool. See you next time.